Hello everyone, welcome back to the SQL tutorial course. These tutorials are brought to you by ZDUP Technologies and Services. In this SQL tutorial video, we are going to see that how can we download SQL into our PC. So for that purpose, you need to download two things. First of all, you need to download MS SQL Server into your PC. And then you need to download the SQL Server Management Studio for yourself. So these are the two things that you need to download, and both of them are available on the Microsoft's website. So for the first thing in which we are going to download this SQL Server, MS SQL Server for ourselves, you can just go to this link which is in SQL Server. You need to go to SQL Server Downloads. Okay. So this page would be open for yourself, and then you can just go. There are these two specialized editions, the Developer Edition and the Express Edition. You can just choose for Developer Edition and click on Download Now. After this, a download will start. So after using this, you will get this kind of a setup, that is SQL 2019 Developer Edition, that is the installation guide for the developer. So let's see that how you need to install it. You need to click on yes. Now it asks me for an installation type. So these are the three types of installations given to me. There are these three options that I'm presented with. Like the basic installation, I can just go with the basic one. I can customize it as per my choice, or I can just go with download media, where I will download the SQL Server setup files and install them later as per my choice. So basically we are going with this basic type of installation because it is kind of automated and helps us to do each and everything quickly, and especially it is suited for the beginners who do not have that much of information about the custom installation. So basic is what I'm going to go with. Then I'm supposed to read all these license terms, but I trust Microsoft. So let's click on accept, and then it asks me for download location. So I can just click on browse and go with a download location with a specific download location, but what is this location is the default location, and I'm happy with it. So once you're happy with your download location, you can just click on install. Right now I'm not going to click on install because this would start the installation process and all the files. As you can see, the download space, the download size is 1426 MB is going to start, and for this you need an active internet connection. I'm not going to click on install because it is already installed on my PC, so I'm not going to reinstall it. Okay, so after the installation is complete, you would be given an end screen where you would be given different options, and on from those options you just need to click on close. And because after that we need to just go and install the SQL Server Management Studio. So there is an option from where using SQL Server only we can just install the SQL Server Management Studio, but we are going to use a separate link for that purpose. So whenever there is an ending screen, you just need to click on close from there. And yeah, so after this Developer Edition, you need to just go to the second link, which is this one, from where you can just download the SQL Server Management Studio or Ssms. So for this purpose, this is the URL that you need to follow. Then you can just scroll down, and here is this option of download SQL Server Management Studio SSMS. So this is what you need to download, and once you just click on this kind of a setup would be present on your computer. You can just open it up, click on yes, and here you can see that since SQL Server Management Studio is already installed on my machine, I am getting this option of repair, uninstall and close. So if you are a new user, that is if SQL Server Management Studio is not present on your computer screen or into your computer, then you would be getting an option of installing it. So you need to install it from here, right? Then I'm just going to close it. So after installing it, it requires a restart of your computer system. You need to restart it once and then everything would be in place. So after installing, you will get something written as Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio into your PC. You can click on enter to open it up. So you need to search for Ssms on your search bar to make sure that this thing appears. And you see this is starting. This is only after you have installed the Ssms into your system. Okay, so now it's started, and one important thing to note is first of all, you need to search for a server name. By default, I'm getting the server name because I have already worked on Ssms. But if you're a new user, you have to search for the server name, and the server name here would not be present. So for that purpose, you can just click on this drop down, click on browse for more. Here you can see there is database engine. You can expand it, and there is the second one, that is 7bb. Whatever written over here is the name of your PC and a /SQL Express. So this is a local server which you want to use it in your SQL. Other are the network servers which are used for the network connection, but we are going to use a local server, which is this one, and you can just select on OK. Then if we talk about authentication, so there are two types of authentication available, either the Windows authentication or SQL Server authentication. By default, the Windows authentication is set, which means once you have logged in into your PC, you can easily use SQL Server for yourself. There is no need to just again provide a password whenever you are using SQL Server. So Windows authentication means the same password and the username that you provided to your PC while logging into it. And if there is no password, then that means that there is no protection, and anyone who can open your PC can access your SQL. Otherwise, SQL Server itself provides another level or another layer of security that is known as SQL Server Authentication. If we just click over it, if we just select SQL Server Authentication, we get a login and a password. So what is this login and password? This login and password is exclusively for SQL Server Management Studio, because we know that for any of the organization, a database is very important thing. It holds all the secrets of the organization, and no one wants its secrets to be leaked out into the outer world. That is why all the databases of the organizations needs to be well protected, and that is why SQL Server provides another layer of authentication known as SQL Server Authentication. So if you want, you can provide a login and a password for yourself for SQL Server Authentication. Otherwise, I'm just going to go with Windows authentication because I'm not that much concerned about the security. Plus, my computer is already locked with a password, so it's a very small chance that anyone can access my data. Then you can click on connect. Now after this, what you can see over here is on the left hand side is by default given the Object Explorer. This Object Explorer actually is for the database or the server that we have created, the local server that we have created. It contains a variety of objects. First is the database. So these are the databases that I have already created into my system. All these databases are present. So once you have created the databases, they all would be present over here. And in case you have not created any databases up till now, so nothing would be present over there. Then there are these some security rules or the security folders, credentials that are present. Then there are some server objects. Then there are some replications and management objects. Okay, so we are not concerned with it. All we are concerned with is the databases. Some of the databases are already present, and we would also be seeing that how can we just create a new database for ourselves. But all of this would be covered in the next video, in which we would be discussing all about the creation of the database, how the SQL queries work, how what happens actually when we write the SQL query and try to run it, how it runs, how it executes, and how it all works. So that's all for this video, and thanks for watching.